guys, it's Aoife and I'm here today with a book tag. So I was tagged in the royal book tag by Sara Ella over at Sara Ella, and if you guys don't know her yet, I would say go and check her out. I will link her below. She's just the sweetest person, and she has great opinions about loads of different books, and she's just really lovely, so definitely go and check her out. So the first question is the king, your favourite male lead. And I don't really have any particular real favourites in all these kind of different books. I don't have anybody that stands out. So I was kind of thinking about a character who was just very strong, a real leader, and who I came up with was Jamie Fraser from the Outlander series. Now, I know I've talked about how I'm not a mad fan of the later books after the first two in the Outlander series, but Jamie's kind of leadership skills do come across in all the books. He's a great leader. He looks out for the people he loves. He can be a little bit headstrong at times, a little bit brash, doesn't always think with his head, but overall I think he is a fantastic male lead. So I have chosen him. I have chosen Jamie, and he's an absolute, he's just very swoon worthy as well. So he will make do as my king in my book court. The next is the Queen, who is my favourite female character, and I decided to try and go for someone who is very strong in herself, has great leadership skills, is able to look after herself, and I've decided to go with Katza from Graceling by Kristen Cashore. I think Katza is just such a great character. She is someone who has a lot of character development. She's really strong in herself. I think there's a great theme of feminism within Graceling. For a long time, Katza was told that she was dangerous, that she was something she's not, that she shouldn't really... She was made to feel small within herself, and then she rose up and she fought against all these different men that had been telling her that she was small and that she was nothing, and, that she was basically just this stupid, silly person who was good for nothing except for one thing, which was killing. So again, I think that really goes back to the time when women were told they were only good, for looking after men and for having babies. And then she grew up, she burst out of that shell, she discovered all these amazing different abilities that she could do. She became a leader. She became more confident in herself, more confident in her abilities, and then she went on to, she was teaching other young women how to look after themselves, which I think is really great, and I think is a quality that a queen should have. And then the next is the first prince, so the most loyal character. And for my most loyal character, I have chosen Jean Tannen from the Lies of Loch Lamora series. And if anyone knows the Lies of Loch Lamora, they know Jean and they know how loyal he is to Loch Lamora. He is just a fantastic friend. He sticks by Locke when he is being, an absolute jerk. When he, needs help, Jean is there. Jean, is almost killed to help Locke. Their friendship is just such a strong entity in the series of books. Their friendship is a really lovely thing. It's the strongest thing within the whole books. It really ties them together. I think it's a really good quality. So yes, Jean Tannen is my most loyal character. And then we have the second prince, so a laid-back male character, and I have chosen Rusty from the Lindbergh Legacy series by Sarah Rees Brennan. And I know I've talked about this before, but when I think about laid-back characters, there's only one that pops into my head, and that is Rusty. Rusty loves one thing in the whole world, well, two things in the whole world. He loves his sister, and he loves sleeping. And all he ever wants to do is to sleep. And the funny thing is that Rusty is actually qualified in martial arts, and he teaches self-defense classes, and he makes sure that his sister and her friends know how to defend themselves. But all the other times you see him, he's asleep in a corner, and he can sleep anywhere. So he's absolutely great, and especially in Unmade, which is the last of the book, Rusty just sealed himself into my heart, and if anyone has read this book, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Rusty. What do you do to me? So then we have the Headstrong princess, a headstrong female character, and I have gone with June from, well, I actually have two for this one because I wasn't really sure. So I have June from Legend, who most people probably know because a lot of people have read this book. So she is a very strong character. She kind of is set in her ways, I guess you could say. But she is, you know, she thinks she believes something, so she's going to go ahead and believe that no matter, you know, the evidence that is against her. So yeah, June. And then my next one is Jenny from As the World Dies series. Now I don't have the first one, which is the last days. The first days? I'll have to check that up. The first days, yes. So this is a zombie series, and Jenny is a woman who loses her whole family to the zombie apocalypse, and she basically watches her children become zombies, eaten alive by her husband. And her husband was an absolute, you know, bad word here. That's what he was. And, you know, he manipulated her, he emotionally and physically abused her, and she just was very, very small within herself until the apocalypse happened and she had to survive on her own, and she became this really, really strong, amazing character. And because of her past, she made sure she was never going to let anyone else tell her what to do again, especially men. So she did her own thing, and she, you know, she wasn't going to let anyone tell her she couldn't go out and kill zombies, because she loved to kill zombies and she was really, really good at doing it. So yeah, Jenny. And if anyone has read that series and agrees with me, let me know, because I think Jenny is awesome. I really like Jenny. So the next one is The King's Advisor, the most trustworthy male character. And I have gone with one that a lot of people have already gone for with this tag, and it's Roar from Under the Never Sky series. I'm just showing Into the Still Blue, which is the third book, and I don't know why, I think I just associate the colour blue with Roar for some reason, so this book stands out to me to show him off, is this book. So yeah, Roar is Perry's best friend, and just again a really, really nice friendship. They completely trust each other with their lives, and it's really, really lovely to see how loyal Roar is to Perry, and he will follow him to the ends of the earth if he thinks, you know, Perry knows what he's doing. Roar will follow him, no questions asked. And then Roar ends up having a really, really lovely relationship with Arya as well, and he's very, very loyal and trustworthy with her as well. So yes, Roar. Love, 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 love Roar. And let me see. The Duke and the Duchess, your favourite OTP. So I have one for this, and then I'm going to have an honourable mention as well. And my first OTP is going to be Tatiana and Alexander from the Bronze Horsemen. If anyone knows this series, the most romantic series in the world, if you ask me, I love it. I think it's just the best romance story ever. They are just amazing. They have just the most beautiful, beautiful relationship. They literally go to the ends of the earth for each other. They save each other's lives over and over again. Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. You couldn't imagine them with anybody else. Tatia and Alexander for the world. Love it. Tatia and Shura, as we will say for those people who have read it. And then I'm going to give an honourable mention to Ira and Ruth from The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. And this is just such a super cute book. I really, really like this book. I think the little love story that Ira tells about him and Ruth throughout this book is just so cute. They really, really loved each other. They had such a lovely life with each other. And yeah, so romantic, so cute, in typical Nicholas Sparks fashion, incredibly romantic. We love it. Then The Lady in Waiting, so best supporting character, and I went with Hermione Granger in Harry Potter. I think she's just a brilliant supporting character. She is supportive to Harry. She lets him know when he's being stupid, she lets him know when he's being smart, but she will always go along and support him whatever he does. She is always there. And then I have The Secret Traitor, the least trustworthy character. So if anyone hasn't read Divergent and doesn't want to read, I would say look away now while I hold up this book while I talk about a character in Divergent. So my least trustworthy character is going to be Caleb, Trish's brother in the Divergent series. And I'm holding up Insurgent because my friend actually is borrowing a Divergent right now, so I don't have it. But yeah, Caleb. Again and again and again he has a chance to prove himself, and again he fails, and he is just an absolute two-faced loser. Oh, I hate Caleb. I hate him so much. He's just such a dope. Really don't like him. Then The Court Wizard, your favourite character with magical abilities. And there's only one person. Going away from Harry Potter, I didn't want to choose the same books over and over again. So I'm going away with Harry Potter, and I'm going to go with Magnus Bane from the Mortal Instruments series. And he's also in the Infernal Devices because he is a warlock and he doesn't age. He is immortal. So Magnus Bane, who basically looks, he's a kind of an Asian ethnicity, but then he has the eyes of a cat, which shows off that he's a warlock. That is his warlock sign, that he has the eyes of a cat. So his dad was this really, really bad demon, and he has magical abilities, and he is amazing. Anyone who knows Magnus, he is funny, he is sassy, he is smart, he is kind, he is loyal, he is loving. He's just brilliant. We love Magnus. I love Magnus. And how I'm so happy that Harry Shum Jr. got cast as him in the TV series. I think he's going to be an amazing Magnus. And then we have the Royal Fool, the funniest character. So the funniest character that I've read recently, which stands out in my mind, is Mark Watney from The Martian by Andy Weir. So funny. This guy had me laughing out loud on the public transport. He is just so hilarious for someone who is stuck alone in space, in Mars, or on Mars I should say. So funny. He completely keeps up his humour the whole time. Just different things he says just made me laugh out loud. I just found him hilarious. I really, really liked him, and I'd love to be his friend. I think he's just so cool. And then we have the Gossiping Lady by... Yes, the Gossiping Lady's Maid. So the character most likely to spread court rumours. And I have gone with Caltaine in Throne of Glass. What a wagon. What a wagon. She would definitely spread court rumours, especially if it was for her own gain. She would just spread a lot of lies. A lot of lies. And then we have the Handsome Servant, the male character most likely to seduce a lady. And I have gone with Hector in the Star-Crossed series. I loved Hector in the Star-Crossed series. I think he was so funny. He was so handsome. I completely fell in love with him. Yeah. So Hector, he would definitely seduce any women, upstairs or downstairs in the royal house. He would be able to do it because he's just so handsome and he is just so charming. Definitely Hector. So that is it for my royal book tag. Now you know the members of my royal book court, where I am the supreme leader. So I am going to tag two different people. I'm going to tag Franny over Franny in the Pages, and I'm going to tag Stephanie over at the Reader Chronicles. Both of them are absolutely great booktubers, so if you haven't already subscribed to them, definitely go and check them out because they're absolutely wonderful. So yes, that is it for me today, and I will see you again next time. So bye!